Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of Lakers, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
Must-watch Lakers games on the 2025-26 NBA schedule. It's that time of year again. The NBA has officially dropped its schedule for the 2025-26 season, and fans are already circling dates and planning watch parties. And when it comes to marquee matchups, the Los Angeles Lakers are always front and center. Led by Luka Donic in his first full season with the franchise and the legendary LeBron James possibly entering his final year, the Lakers remain one of the most fascinating teams in basketball. Add head coach J.J. Redick returning after a solid debut season, one that saw the Lakers finish third in a stacked Western Conference before a disappointing first-round playoff exit, and the stakes feel higher than ever. With the West looking even tougher this year, the Lakers' path won't be easy, but that just makes the matchups more exciting. Here are the biggest games we can't wait to watch. Opening night, Lakers vs. Warriors, October 21st. LeBron James vs. Stephen Curry. Enough said. This generation's defining rivalry kicks off the NBA season as the Lakers host the Warriors at Crypto.com Arena. These two always deliver high-stakes, high-drama battles, and with both teams tweaking their rosters this offseason, this could be a tone-setter for the rest of the year. Expect playoff intensity from the jump, and a statement performance from Luka, who's eager to write his own chapter in this legendary matchup. Timberwolves vs. Lakers, October 24th. Call this one revenge night. The Timberwolves ended the Lakers' playoff hopes last season with a convincing 5-game beatdown, exposing LA's weakness in the paint. The Lakers responded by bringing in DeAndre Ayton, and this will be his first big test, going toe-to-toe with Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns. It's also Luka vs. Anthony Edwards, which is quickly becoming one of the league's best one-on-one showdowns. Fittingly, this game is part of Amazon Prime's NBA opening week coverage, and it's one you won't want to miss. Lakers vs. Thunder, November 12th. The defending champs are coming to town. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the new powerhouse in the West, but the Lakers have had their number in recent seasons, including a dominant road win late last year that was nearly followed by another, until Luka was ejected under questionable circumstances. A win here would not only be a confidence booster, but also a reminder that LA can match up with the best. Plus, it's a reunion with Alex Caruso, a fan favorite who always gets love when he's back in town. Battle for LA, Lakers vs. Clippers, November 25th. The city showdown is always intense, and this year, it doubles as an NBA in-season tournament group stage game. Last season, the Lakers flipped the narrative, winning 3 out of 4 against a Clippers squad that had previously owned the series. But now, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and a revamped roster will be looking for payback. With both teams having championship aspirations, and the crowd split right down the middle, this one has all the ingredients of a classic. Luka's homecoming, Lakers vs. Mavericks, November 28th. Forget the tournament stakes, we know why you're watching. This is Luka's first game against his former team since being traded to LA, and while he's taken the high road publicly, don't be surprised if he's got this one circled. There's pride on the line, and probably a few fireworks. Also returning to LA for the first time since the trade, Anthony Davis, along with D'Angelo Russell, Max Christie, and even coaches Frank Vogel and Phil Handy, now part of Jason Kidd's staff in Dallas. This feels less like a regular season game and more like a Lakers alumni reunion, with playoff energy. Lakers vs. Celtics, December 5th. 3 syllables. 2 words. You know the vibe. Lakers vs. Celtics is always personal, the fiercest rivalry in basketball history. No matter where the teams are in the standings, this one matters. Expect a playoff atmosphere, a national spotlight, and hopefully, no green in the stands. Christmas Day, Rockets vs. Lakers, December 25th. Christmas and the Lakers are a tradition. This year, they'll host the Houston Rockets, who finished second in the West last season and just added Kevin Durant, another LeBron nemesis, to their already potent roster. This will be a massive test for LA on the biggest regular season stage, and a win could silence critics and solidify their contender status. Lakers vs. Nuggets, January 20th. Redemption? Maybe. The Lakers finally took down the Nuggets late last season in one of their most complete performances, but Nikola Jokic is still the measuring stick for any team with title hopes. This game will be a true test for Ayton, who will be judged by how he handles elite bigs like Jokic. It's also the first game of the Lakers' longest road trip of the year, so starting strong is key. Back to the land, Lakers vs. Cavaliers, January 28th. If this turns out to be LeBron's final season, this could be his last game in Cleveland, the city where his legend began and where he brought home the 2016 championship. LeBron always shows out in front of his hometown crowd, but the Cavs are for real this season, making this not just emotional, but important in the standings. Expect a celebration, but also a battle. Big Apple Spotlight, Lakers at Knicks, February 1st. LeBron and Luka at Madison Square Garden, say less. This could be LeBron's last time on the NBA's most iconic stage, and you know he'll rise to the occasion. Luka, too, has had his moments against the Knicks, but not yet that one game at MSG. Could this be it? Oh, and the Knicks? They're no joke. Legit Eastern Conference contenders. This one will be primetime in every way. NBA scouts aren't overreacting to Dalton Knecht's Summer League struggles. Heading into the 2025 Summer League, many expected Dalton Knecht, the Lakers' 2024 first-round pick, to be the standout player on the roster. Despite an up-and-down rookie season, Knecht had shown flashes of real potential, and Summer League felt like the perfect opportunity for him to remind everyone why the Lakers believed in him in the first place. But things didn't exactly go to plan. Across both the California Classic and Las Vegas Summer League, Knecht struggled to find rhythm. He averaged just 11.7 points per game, shooting 32.1% from the field and 23.7% from three, far from the breakout performance fans hoped for. With numbers like that, it's fair to ask, has the outlook on Knecht as a future rotation player taken a hit? According to Dan Woik of The Athletic, the answer is no, not even close. I'm not going to go too deep on Knecht, other than to say I don't think NBA evaluators put much weight on his Summer League performance, Woik wrote. And he's right. While the numbers were underwhelming, NBA decision-makers tend to look beyond a few rough games in July, especially when a player already has proven NBA experience. Knecht has already shown he can compete. Let's not forget, Knecht wasn't just a benchwarmer last season. He played real minutes on a playoff team and had some impressive performances, including 7 games with 20-plus points, and 2 games with 30-plus. He proved he could score at the NBA level, and no amount of missed shots in Summer League erases that. It's also worth remembering the context. Knecht was briefly traded mid-season to the Hornets and then brought back to LA after the deal fell apart. That kind of instability can mess with a young player's confidence and rhythm. Combine that with the high expectations of Summer League, and it's not hard to see why he struggled. Still, what scouts and coaches care about most is progress, and one solid preseason showing could be all it takes to reset the narrative. There's still a role for Knecht, and a need. The Lakers don't have an abundance of reliable perimeter shooters, and Knecht's scoring ability still fits a clear need. His ability to stretch the floor, move without the ball, and get hot quickly off the bench remains valuable in a league that prioritizes offensive spacing more than ever. With a strong training camp and preseason, Knecht could absolutely carve out a role in the rotation, especially if he builds on the chemistry he already has with Luka Donic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves. Abdul-Jabbar also looking to make an impact. Another name to keep an eye on is rookie Abdul-Jabbar, who was expected to play alongside Knecht in Summer League but was held out due to a knee injury. While his absence raised some concerns, sources close to the team say Jabbar is expected to be ready by the start of training camp. He'll also be fighting for a spot in the rotation, and with his defensive versatility and energy, he could become an interesting piece for head coach J.J. Redick to work with. Bottom line. Summer League isn't the full story, and NBA teams know that. While Dalton Knecht's performance this July left something to be desired, it hasn't shaken the Lakers' belief in his potential. He's already shown he can produce on the big stage, and if he puts together a solid training camp, this summer slump will be forgotten quickly. There's still time. And there's still a role to win. NBA scouts aren't overreacting to Dalton Knecht's Summer League struggles. Heading into the 2025 Summer League, expectations were high for Dalton Knecht, the Lakers' 2024 first-round pick. After flashing promise during his rookie season, many assumed he would dominate in the more controlled, developmental environment of Summer League. But instead, Knecht struggled. Across both the California Classic and the Las Vegas Summer League, he averaged just 11.7 points per game, while shooting a disappointing 32.1% from the field and 23.7% from beyond the arc. The numbers sparked concern from fans, with some questioning whether his future as a consistent NBA rotation player was in doubt. However, according to reports from insiders and league evaluators, there's no real panic behind the scenes. Scouts and team decision-makers reportedly aren't placing much weight on his summer league performance, understanding that this environment doesn't always reflect a player's true NBA potential, especially for someone who already showed flashes of high-level play in real regular season games. Knecht's role is still up for grabs. Despite his struggles in July, Knecht remains in the conversation for a rotation role this upcoming season. During his rookie campaign, he recorded 7 games with 20 or more points, including 2 with 30+. Those performances weren't flukes. They showed his ability to score efficiently when in rhythm, especially in catch-and-shoot and off-ball situations. The inconsistency in Summer League might also be explained by the instability he faced last season. A mid-year trade to Charlotte, and subsequent reversal that brought him back to LA, disrupted his momentum. It's not uncommon for young players to regress slightly under those circumstances. More importantly, the Lakers still lack reliable perimeter shooting. If Knecht can regain his confidence and refine his shot selection, there's a clear role waiting for him, one that could be solidified with a strong showing in training camp and preseason. One good game could flip the narrative. All it might take is a single strong preseason performance to reset public perception. Coaches know what Knecht can do, he just needs to show it again. His combination of size, shooting, and offensive feel still makes him one of the Lakers' most intriguing young assets, especially on a roster that leans heavily on veteran talent. The key? Improvement on the defensive end. If he can become a more reliable defender and prove he can hold his own in team concepts, his offensive upside becomes much harder to ignore. Abdul-Jabbar could shake up the competition. Meanwhile, rookie Abdul-Jabbar is expected to be fully healthy by training camp after missing Summer League due to a knee injury. Though not as polished offensively as Knecht, Jabbar brings strong defensive tools, athleticism, and positional versatility, qualities the Lakers sorely need on the wing. He'll be competing for the same rotation minutes as Knecht, especially if the coaching staff prioritizes defense and energy off the bench. Jabbar's arrival at camp could light a fire under Knecht, potentially elevating both players. What's at stake for the Lakers and Knecht? Knecht still has an opportunity to lock down a role if he performs well in camp. A poor preseason, however, could push him further down the depth chart or even back onto the trade block. The Lakers will be evaluating whether he can contribute now or if they should look elsewhere for reliable wing production. Jabbar, with a clean bill of health, could emerge as an early season surprise if he brings consistent effort and defensive presence. Final takeaway. Dalton Knecht's underwhelming Summer League shouldn't be overblown. He's a second-year player with proven scoring ability in real NBA games, and one bad stretch in July doesn't undo that. But the pressure is on. Training camp and preseason will be critical windows for him to prove he belongs in the Lakers' plans moving forward. As for Jabbar, his return from injury adds an exciting wrinkle to the Lakers' depth chart. Both players will have their shot, and the one who seizes the moment may end up as the unexpected difference-maker this season. Jackson Hayes working on three-point shot as Lakers reshape their frontcourt. The trade that sent Anthony Davis to Dallas in exchange for Luka Donic has become almost routine at this point, but it still left the Lakers without a true starting center. Jackson Hayes stepped into that role following Davis's departure, closing out the regular season with some of the best basketball of his career alongside Doncic. But when the playoffs hit, his weaknesses were exposed, leaving the Lakers front office hunting for a more reliable anchor in the paint during the offseason. They found their answer in DeAndre Ayton, signed after a buyout from the Portland Trail Blazers. The former No. 1 overall pick is hoping for a career resurgence of his own next to Doncic, just like Hayes experienced. Still, Hayes isn't out of the picture. He re-signed with the Lakers on a 1-year deal and is expected to battle Maxi Kleber for backup center minutes behind Ayton. The edge Kleber currently has? His ability to stretch the floor. That's something Hayes is clearly working on this summer. According to Aaron Cohen from Lakers All Day Every Day, Hayes has been focusing on developing a three-point shot during off-season training. Historically, long-range shooting hasn't been part of Hayes' game. He's made just 3 of his last 43-point attempts across 3 seasons in the NBA and is currently riding a 24-shot cold streak from beyond the arc, dating back to his time with the Pelicans. That said, it's hard to picture Hayes becoming a consistent deep threat overnight, but the fact that he's putting in the work speaks volumes. Even a modest improvement could add an important layer to his game. Still, his real value to this Lakers squad will come from doing the dirty work, rebounding and defense. Those are the areas where LA needs serious reinforcement this season, and Hayes is more than capable of making an impact if he leans into that identity. Abdul-Jabbar expected to be ready for Lakers training camp. Another player who could shake things up in the Lakers frontcourt is rookie Abdul-Jabbar, selected in the second round of this year's draft. Jabbar missed the summer league with a knee injury, but recent reports suggest he's been training and should be fully ready for training camp in late September. While he doesn't have the size of a traditional center, Jabbar's length and athleticism could allow him to see minutes as a small ball 5 in certain lineups, a valuable option for a Lakers team looking to stay fast, versatile, and disruptive on defense. Lakers continue front court restructure as training camp approaches. The Los Angeles Lakers are entering the upcoming season with a clear goal: to reinforce their front court and build a more balanced, competitive roster around Luka Donic. The addition of DeAndre Ayton, following the trade that sent Anthony Davis to Dallas, signals a renewed focus on physical presence in the paint. Ayton's arrival and what it means. DeAndre Ayton was brought in to provide what the Lakers lacked in the playoffs: interior defense, rebounding, and a dependable post option. After being bought out by the Portland Trail Blazers, Ayton now has the chance to re-establish himself in a new environment. The expectation is that, playing alongside a star like Doncic, Ayton will return to the form he once showed as a top draft pick. His presence immediately alters the front court rotation. Ayton is set to start, while Jackson Hayes, who re-signed with the team on a one-year deal, will likely compete with Maxi Kleber for backup minutes. Hayes has been working to expand his game by developing a three-point shot, aiming to become more versatile and improve his value on the court. However, given his current track record from beyond the arc, it's uncertain whether this will become a consistent weapon. Regardless, Hayes' primary role is expected to focus on rim protection, rebounding, and defensive intensity, areas where the Lakers need reliable production throughout the season. Abdul-Jabbar nearing return. The Lakers may also see a boost from rookie forward Abdul-Jabbar, who missed the summer league due to a knee injury. Recent reports suggest that Jabbar has resumed workouts and is on track to be ready for training camp in late September. Jabbar, a second-round pick, brings strong athletic tools and positional flexibility. While not a traditional center, his wingspan and mobility could allow him to contribute as a small ball 5 or as a switchable forward in certain lineups. His defensive potential and energy are seen as key assets for a team aiming to stay aggressive and adaptable on that end of the floor. Looking ahead. The Lakers' frontcourt now features a mix of youth, potential, and proven talent. DeAndre Ayton as the new starting center. Jackson Hayes and Maxi Kleber fighting for rotation minutes. Abdul-Jabbar as a developmental piece who could surprise with his defensive versatility. These moves suggest a shift in the Lakers' strategic identity, from relying heavily on star power alone to building a more robust and balanced roster. Whether this approach will be enough to contend in a competitive Western Conference remains to be seen, but the pieces are coming together, and training camp will offer the first look at how they fit. Luka Donic calls Michael Jordan just a normal guy, but still got starstruck. Luka Donic has already etched his name among the NBA's elite. A 5-time All-Star and 5-time All-NBA first-team selection in just his first 7 seasons, the Los Angeles Lakers star is often mentioned in the same breath as all-time greats like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan for his rare, unguardable talent. But despite being a global superstar himself, Luka recently reminded everyone that even the brightest stars can have humble, human moments, especially when meeting their childhood idols. Currently on tour with Jordan Brand, Donic made a stop in New York City, where he caught a Yankees game and got to meet slugger Aaron Judge, calling him one of the most impressive athletes he's ever seen. Luka also spent time in the broadcast booth with Michael Kay and David Cohn on the Yes Network, and that's where the conversation took a nostalgic turn. When asked about meeting Michael Jordan, Donic's response was as honest as it gets. "He's just a normal guy. I was so nervous when I met him, I don't even know what I said." Even superstars get starstruck. Luka's reaction is something many can relate to, the awe of meeting someone you grew up idolizing. And for someone like Donic, who watched countless hours of Jordan and Kobe highlights as a kid in Slovenia, the moment held special weight. He's expressed similar feelings before, notably, when he met Kobe Bryant for the first time. Both Jordan and Kobe weren't just legends to him, they were the blueprint. The ones he tried to emulate when he was a kid dreaming of NBA stardom. But as Donic noted, once the nerves fade and the conversation flows, these legends often turn out to be surprisingly down-to-earth. Just people, not superheroes. That realization hits hard, especially when you're now walking in similar shoes. The cycle continues. Luka has already met, played with, and competed against many of the game's greats, including current Lakers teammate LeBron James. But perhaps what's most remarkable is this: one day, it will be young players nervously meeting him for the first time. And they'll be the ones calling him just a normal guy, while secretly shaking from the nerves. It's the full-circle beauty of the NBA, legends meeting future legends. Donic wants to win, now. While Luka's humility off the court is endearing, make no mistake, he's as competitive as they come. In that regard, he shares something powerful in common with both Jordan and Kobe, an unshakable will to win. Even as the Lakers continue to focus on building for the long term, Donic has made it clear, he's here to chase titles every single season. "I understand the process," Luka said in a recent interview. "But I came here to compete for championships, not to wait around." That mindset is exactly what Lakers fans love and expect. In the eyes of many, Donic is now the face of the franchise. And much like Kobe before him, he's determined to write his own championship legacy in purple and gold. Whether he's meeting childhood idols or becoming one himself, Luka Donic is proving that greatness is about more than stats. It's about the mindset, the humility, and the fire to win. And he's got all three. A moment that went viral. Donic's offhand remark, calling Michael Jordan just a normal guy, quickly made waves across social media. While some took the quote at face value and appreciated the humility behind it, others debated whether it downplayed Jordan's legendary status. But fans who watched the full clip understood the nuance. Luka wasn't trying to minimize Jordan's greatness, quite the opposite. He was expressing the surreal feeling of realizing that even your idols, the icons you watched on TV as if they were gods, are human beings just like you. That authenticity is part of what makes Donic so relatable. He's not trying to manufacture greatness. He's living it in real time, all while keeping a grounded perspective that continues to endear him to fans around the world. Earning his place among giants. Being linked to names like Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron isn't something Donic takes lightly. And now that he's wearing the purple and gold, the comparisons are louder than ever. But rather than shying away from the expectations, he's leaning into them. Sources close to the Lakers organization have praised Donic's leadership since arriving in LA. They describe him as focused, vocal in the locker room, and relentless in off-season training. He's made it clear to teammates and coaches alike, he didn't come to Hollywood for the spotlight, he came for rings. "Luka's got that same killer instinct," said one Lakers assistant. "You see flashes of Kobe in how much he hates to lose. He wants to win now, and he wants to do it here." A new era for the Lakers. With LeBron James entering the twilight of his career, the baton is naturally passing to Donic, not just within the team, but across the league. While young stars like Anthony Edwards, Victor Wembanyama, and Jason Tatum continue to shine, it's Donic who many believe is next in line to carry the torch as the face of the NBA. And playing for a franchise as storied as the Lakers only amplifies that spotlight. The front office knows this too. After years of trying to balance development with contention, the team is now fully committed to building around Luka. Recent moves, including veteran acquisitions and a shift toward a faster, more Donic-friendly offense, are clear signals that title contention is the immediate goal. The repercussions: pressure, legacy, and expectations. With that shift comes enormous pressure. Every move Donic makes will be compared to the legends who wore the Lakers jersey before him. Every playoff run will be scrutinized. Every finals appearance, or absence, will feed the ongoing narrative about whether he's ready to live up to the standards set by the likes of Magic, Kobe, and LeBron. But for now, Donic seems unfazed. He's embracing the weight of expectations, much like his idols once did. In fact, his humility may be the secret weapon that sets him apart. He's not trying to be the next Jordan or the next Kobe, he's trying to be the first Luka. And judging by how far he's come already, that might be more than enough. Looking ahead. As the 2025-26 NBA season approaches, all eyes will be on Los Angeles. Can Luka deliver on the promise of a new era? Will he bring another banner to the rafters at Crypto.com Arena? And how will he continue to shape his legacy, not just as a player, but as a symbol of basketball's future? One thing is certain. The kid who once nervously met Michael Jordan is now the one that kids around the world are dreaming of meeting. And someday soon, one of them will call Luka Donic just a normal guy, even as the world knows he's anything but.